right. Hello there. We're back again. So, in this short, I spoke very briefly. What does it mean when I'm saying like you don't need more engineers, but you need more better boundaries? And I gave you a quick example of Amazon. Let's understand more. What does it mean here, right? So, most teams that hit a wall think answer is headcount. What I mean by that is whether it's a project intensity point of view within the short timeline boundaries, right? Or if it is more features to add at the last moment that you have not considered, whatever the reason is. At the same time, maybe there is a volume of the data that you have not considered in terms of the scale aspect point of view. So, but more engineers won't fix an architecture built on a shared pain point, right? I'll break down how top companies scale their organizations or the orgs through intentional boundaries, not like brute force hiring, and how you can apply them same today. What happens without boundaries, right? From shared ownership to no ownership, every change breaks someone else's work, right? Too many handoffs, unclear interfaces. Our onboarding becomes very hard. Infra teams get flooded with product side chaos, right? Now, if you think about like product teams relying on infra teams share DB, every schema change creates weeks of rework. And what about the boundary driven organization? Amazon believes in concept of you build it, you run it, right? Believe in having small autonomous teams with full stack scope. And then there's a Stripe, engineering teams own one interface or no more. Shopify, one product per team, one code path per boundary, right? So the key principle here is to consider strong boundaries force clarity, right? Who owns what? What is the SLA with that ownership that you carry on? What breaks and who's on call, right? So system mirrors team, right? And the system's modularity reflects the org's clarity. Want clean APIs, then build teams with clean scopes. The more dependencies that you come up with, the more um, complicated org structure you enforce, plus the architecture dependency management that you enforce. And so you want fast deploys. Again, it's not easy as I tell. So it depends on each individual organization circumstance. So in order to get to the point of this less dependency and less hassle to manage the fast deployments, right? Give teams release autonomy, right? And your R chart is your system architecture. And you might be thinking, how do I apply this, right? It depends. Like, again, start thinking about in terms of how can you map system boundaries to ownership scopes, right? Break shared services into own subdomains and explicit team contracts in terms of SLAs, interfaces. Make sure you have a done criteria to be charted out. Remove cross-team DB rights unless explicitly versioned. So end of the day, great technical organizations scale by design, right? Not by just desperation. So start with your boundaries, ownership will follow along with it. Subscribe for more systems leadership, architecture strategy, and cloud AI patterns that can scale with the trust. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave your comments or questions.